I'd like to welcome everyone to our 50th year of our craft carnival. We've got people all the way from Sydney and all the way from Brisbane to all meet here at our beautiful Coast Coast.
Hold your head up high, this is our time. Hold your head up high, this is our time. Together we will rise, step into the light. We were born to come alive. Hold your head up high, this is our time. This is our reaching higher, always up. Keep climbing until we're on top. Leave the shadows below. But oh my, we've made it to the highest heights, singing. Oh my, oh my. Hold your head up high, this is our time. Hold your head up high, this is our time. Together we will rise, step into the light. We were born to come alive. Hold your head up high, this is our time.
Third place there from Kudgeon. And look, I don't know if you've ever done a board rescue before, but the technique on being able to have two people on the one board it's a tricky thing to do.
Oh, it's so tricky, and especially as we've got to keep the same stroke rate so we don't fall off.
Here we go, Jackson. Waves on, Kudgeon on, Coughs on. They've been able to get back in touch with the lead paddlers from Kudgeon.
And Kudgeon are on as well.
Great skills from these board paddlers. That's a tricky thing to pick up a wave with two people on. This is the other critical point. Both the swimmer and the board paddler have to be holding the board when they cross the line. Bit of fumbling there from Kudgeon. Looks like Poppy Bertigan in the lead there.
Kudgeon first and second with Coughs third. That was a great race.
There you go, mate. There's your under-19 female Kudgeon Headland in first.
Palm Beach pushing in, and then we've got the North Cronulla girls pushing in as well. Getting ready on that line. So the 7-boat final here for the under-19s champion. Who is going to be the gold medalist?
I know, I tell you what, it will be something to brag about. Under-19s girls as a crew, when you're fresh at it and you're racing finals, to come away with a state medal is pretty good. And they're off. All right, this is the finals. Under-19s chicks, they're off. They're all going to be racing for that gold medal at the finish line.
They're all approaching a bit of white water, pushing through. No one's been slowed down by that white water of all. They've all been so strong through it. Palm Beach about to cop another one.
All right, so you've got Freshie here, Freshwater at the bottom of your screen. They're just popping over a couple of consecutive ones. Next to them, you've got Bateman's Bay. Right next to them is McMaster's. They've just dropped back a little bit. Next to McMaster's, you've got Avoca and Coffs Harbour there, battling it out, trying to get over that whitewash. Ooh, copped on the nose there from North Cronulla. Palm Beach just next to North Cronulla, navigating their way out through the break zone.
Yeah, we can see that Palm Beach crew pulling away a bit from the rest of the pack, followed very closely by North Cronulla and Avoca, really pushing there. So they've got those 3 that have pulled away from the pack, very evenly matched as they approach the gate cans. Oh, back there we've had a boat that has been
Looks
checked.
like McMasters, they've just really copped a couple of waves that's really set them back in the field. They're going to have to work hard if they want to be back in this fleet.
All right, and we've seen them get through that gate can there.
Looks like Palm Beach there at the top of your screen. They're making some nice ground. First through the gate cans, but followed closely still. You've got there in the yellow boat. Who have we got there? That's got to be Avoca.
Yeah, Avoca followed directly behind by Coffs Harbour. Really close race, but Palm Beach pulling away from the pack here.
Wow, some great rowing from the under-19s crew of Palm Beach. Look at that. They've made some great ground. They're leaving nothing behind. They're all in. They're all focused in this boat right now. Their eyes are on those turning cans next.
They've got their eye. They're hungry for this goal, but Avoca is making a run at this. Boy, they've probably called 10 or so to the can, and they've put that lift in, and you can see them really catching up to that Palm Beach crew. Who is going to make this boyo first?
Wow, Avoca's covered some great ground coming into the turning cans now. They're going to be a few strokes out. They're angling the boat. The sweep is angling it nicely, ready to make that entry to the turn. Let's hope they don't wash off too much speed. All right, Palm Beach turning right now, followed by Avoca. Next up to them at Avoca, you've got Coffs Harbour just making the turn. And then you've got North Cronulla approaching the turn right now. All the way down here at the bottom of your screen, you've got Bateman's Bay Girls making the turn, followed by Freshwater. All right, so all boats, but still McMaster's a little bit late in the field, but that's okay. Still, as we've seen, anyone's race. This is finals surfboat racing. All right, Avoca coming there, sitting behind in second.
And we can see the Palmy girls top of your screen there, putting in an extra large effort, pulling away from the Avoca girls. Are the Avoca girls going to be able to switch on for these runners and catch up that lead as we approach these gate cans? So we've got Palm Beach sitting in front, Avoca just directly behind, followed by Coffs Harbour in the 3rd spot. Here we get to the gate can. Who's going to cross this first?
I'm seeing a little bit of swell out there. It's hard to tell in the camera, but I think there's going to be some waves coming through soon. So the sweeps are going to be eyeing off. They're going to be picking those waves and absolutely sending the girls, telling them to be strong, suck it in, because this is finals.
This is absolutely finals. North Cronulla looking to make a bit of a jump off this runner here. All right, this is approaching, the runners approaching the front girls here. You can see Coffs Harbour getting an absolute push off that.
Coffs Harbour's just got sucked into some heavy water there with North Cronulla edging closer. They picked up on the run. But look, Palm Beach, they're on one. Break zone there in the southern end, the top of your screen. Palm Beach is on a wave. That is excellent. That is exactly what you want in finals racing. Let's hope they hold it. But who have we got here? Is that Avoca rowing, trying to roll over it? That's a bit of a double up. Awkward on the boat. Avoca's going to try and get the nose down now.
And here we go, Avoca and Palm Beach crossing that line. Hard to see who's pipped that first spot, followed by Coffs Harbour. If they can get over this wave, they might have 3rd in stock.
Oh no, is that North Cronulla just slewed a little bit?
Yeah, slew from North Cronulla. They're pulling it round. There we go. We've had the Coffs Harbour girls cross the line.
And Bateman's Bay Girls there, just rowing finish as well. Excellent effort, girls.
Excellent effort. McMaster's getting a lovely wave in there from the back. Nice and easy row in, cruising across that line. What an absolutely close race for that first spot.
Yeah, nice work from the crews.
Yeah, lovely row from the crews. So we've got McMaster's on screen now, and they are getting ready to cross that line. There we go, great row from McMaster's. All right, so we can see all the boats now.
Women's single ski final coming up after that, and that's where we're going to get a former Australian ski champion in the mix here. Chrissy Munro is going to come back and talk us through that one, but for now it's all about the under 17 girls. Can they book a spot into the final?
Yeah, they're loving it at the moment down here. A great job for these girls. They've been good. I've been down in that area most of the day. They've been doing a fantastic job. Obviously, you guys saw that 17 Taplin final before. One of the best races of the weekend, in my opinion. And not just because it was one of the local clubs that got it done. 6 teams into the final leg. They swam all over each other. It was an absolute rolling maul around those cans. And in the end, it was a race smarts that got it done for Alex. So they listened to their coaches and they did a fantastic job down there. So plenty of action from these 17 girls down there, and they're in the thick of it at the moment. They're doing a fantastic job.
Absolutely, and a cop that we haven't seen too much of this competition, Coffs Harbour Team A, is closest to us at the bottom of the screen. Holly Becker, Abby Lawler and Madison O'Leary. Great to see the team from Coffs in the mix. across the field there. Northcliffe, Clifton Beach from Tasmania, Coogin, Tugun, Jan Juck from Victoria, Noosa, Terrigal, Southport, South Australia, Mornington, North Burleigh, Marangi Bay, Avoca, Maroochydore, Coogin and Papamoa from New Zealand. So a few international teams making the trek, making it worthwhile at Aussies.
And as much as I love Papamoa at the moment, it's very difficult. There's a lot of yellow and black corded caps on the beach. Christie's Beach, Alexandra Headland. So we make sure, if I do get that one wrong, we'll make sure we give the Kiwis a massive shout out. The biggest Kiwi contingent we've seen in a very, very long time, like you said, Jen. And they're doing a great job down there. I think Danny McKenzie, that was an emotional win this morning for all the Kiwis on the beach. She's been through a lot, missing selection for the Paris Games and the kayaking in the last couple of weeks in not controversial circumstances, but it's a tough pill to swallow for such a champion. And she said she was welcomed back into the fold in surf life saving, and what a better way with a gold medal. And I'm sure she's inspiring the next generation of Kiwi athletes to come across, especially on these skis. Semi-final number 2 of the 17 girls ski relay. I think we're going to have the open women's final after that, 17 final and 19 final as well. So stick with us. Plenty of action. Top 8 through for this one. Off reasonably clean, except one or two at the back got absolutely hammered, and not too bad from Coffs Harbour at the bottom. Jan Juck have been on fire all weekend long, and we're loving the girls from Victoria. They're very good ski paddlers. That's Lani Steele there, and have a look at them side by side. Get yourself some space. I think that's Ali Hughes from Tugun. They're just trying to get away, and when she finally does break free, she'll get that up and winding at the moment, but you can see that moving water in there on the inside of Maroochydore. Very, very tough. That's Lani Steele from Jan Juck, the blue and the blue and blue cap there, the different two-tone blue on the Blue Boss ski. She'll lead them out. A very, very good ski paddler, and she said she's a little bit nervous about the ski final coming up a little bit later on, but that's all right. She gets up and over that one. She's got to lead off this ski relay.
Oh, the crew doing a great job as they make their way through. But this is leg 1 of 3, the ski relay. 3 paddlers per team. The top 8 will go through to the final. So looking forward to seeing how these ladies go. But it's going to be tough out there. But a great start from Coffs Harbour, closest to us on screen at the start. But you can see the different coloured water as they head through. A little bit of white, a little bit of sand, lots of air in there as well. But Northcliffe making their way through to the lead position in the early stages.
Yeah, fantastic job. You're spot on there. The girls doing a great job at the moment, and we can see at the moment just starting to come together. They really get strung out, and it's so much easier if you can tuck into that wash, get a little pull along at the moment there. That's what it's all about. Make sure you use as little energy as possible so you can turn that can, really start to wind it up, and really give yourself the best opportunity on the way home. That is for sure. Very, very nice effort from our leader out in front. Good technique as well. Just behind the Coogin Headland Club there. They're looking great. They've had a great day out. Very strong in the 17 Taplin relay, strong in the 19 Taplin relay as well. They're doing a fantastic job. The guys and girls from Coogin Head, they come around, and out in front, it is Maroochydore working very, very hard. She looks over the shoulder, and to be honest, not a lot of urgency from any of the girls there. They just want to get themselves a wave, and I think it's safety first on the way home, because they would have watched that open women's ski relay semi-final that's gone before it, and there has been some huge upsets in that one. A couple of waves came through, and a few teams that, to be honest, I would have expected to be in the final, not in the final, coming up a little bit later on. The likes of Newport A, a couple of the Northcliffe teams as well, have absolutely had a shocker down there. So safety first is the key. No Wanda, no Newport, a couple of Manly teams out as well. So some of the girls you would have expected to be there are not. The juniors have watched, they've learnt. Safety first in the semis.
Yeah, smart decisions here, and we can see Coogin has chosen to head down this way. Maroochydore said, no, I'm going to wait for the next one, and have a look at the rating. Fantastic work. She's going to try and keep this straight. You can see the legs working as well, holding the paddles there. She's done that absolutely beautifully. Definitely a safety first approach, but it's paying off, and I tell you what, she's putting her team in a great position heading through to this first changeover.
Yeah, that was a great paddle there. She worked very, very hard down that one, and you can see, like you said, great technique as well, good leg drive, and that's what it's all about. For those who aren't, well, familiar with ski paddling, it's a full body sort of movement there. The drive comes up through the legs, into the body, into your arms, and then transferred through the paddle there. If you're just using your upper body, you're leaving a lot of that energy sort of to be expelled. And well, after an absolute shocker of a start for Ali Hughes there from the Tugun Club, she had a couple of girls on top of her there. She's really paddled through this field, and I think she's on the next wave to really set Tugun up as well. So they've done a great job. They come in on this one now, and a fantastic performance on that far side. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are around and through transition. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're chasing the top 8 through to the final in just a few moments' time. So These girls sitting right on the edge, a long way to go in this under-17 girls' second semi-final of the ski relay, but they have been set up very, very well. You can see there Papamoa from New Zealand charging their way down to the beach, and they are heading out and around at the moment. We do it all again, 3 legs of the women's 17 ski relay.
Yeah, great to see the team from Papamoa really making their presence felt here. They'd love to book a spot in the Australian final for the 17 ski relay. Trelise Choate, Amelia Pearson and Georgia Devoran in the mix there, but it's all about Kudjin out in front at the moment. We've got a few fantastic paddlers in the mix here. We've got a few Kiwis in the mix. I saw North Burleigh heading out just earlier, Sienna Bush, Riley Meyer and Luca Pither. And again, we've seen so many of these ladies in their individual races in the qualifying rounds. They've done board relays, they've done surf teams earlier. We've spoken about how huge the program is on Friday, Josh. It's all about the team events, and unfortunately a few of the girls in a little bit of drama out the back.
That's probably the biggest wave we've seen in a long time in this area. It's really sort of come through a big wall of white water, and it just clipped 1 or 2 of the girls there. One came off, and it's not what you want on the way out midway through a ski relay. They'll be happy now. And our man in the sand, Harold, is on the beach watching this under-17 girls ski relay semi. What do you got for us, Harold?
We're saying the girls having a little bit of issues getting out. We've now got 2 skis floating in or through that awkward rip on that right-hand edge. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, what transpires with our leaders coming through, because we saw Izzy Tate from Kudjin before. She set that one so confident through there. We've got Scarlett George now out there as the second paddler for Kudjin. But with what's happening with this tide and the water, anything's going to happen. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, you're spot on there. The movement on the inside there makes it really tough, especially for the junior paddlers. The 17 girls and the 17 guys, they just don't have the strength. And you look at those open boys and the way they threw those skis around, they've got 10, 12 years worth of strength, paddling, endurance in there, and the ability to really get that ski moving. And for some of these little girls and the little guys as well in the under-17 competition, they just don't have the pure muscle, the pure grunt to get the ski through the rubbish water and out into the clean green stuff on the outside. So it's just that little bit harder. It's all about momentum, and one wave makes a massive difference for the under-17 guys and girls compared to those opens.
Absolutely, and it's not just taking the physical hit there. It really can knock your confidence as well, especially if you get hit maybe in a heat, maybe in a semi. When you're trying to get through to a final, you just need to hold it together. And for the girls out in front at the moment, it still looks like they're playing it safe. They're making good decisions because they know it's not just about them if they lose their ski here. It's all about getting the entire team through to the finals of the Australian Championship. So a nice little lead opening up for our ladies out in front, but of course the battle is for that top 8. We'll look a little further back. We're in the pink arena. You can see the pink cans out the back. So the girls, a lot of looking over their shoulder, a lot of nerves, because no one wants to get caught in the drop zone, in the wave zone. They really want to have a little bit more of control of when and how they make their way back into shore.
Yeah, here we go. Nice little wave out the back. This is second, third, fourth, fifth as well. Our leaders out in front. A nice one on the right-hand side. Just cutting across. Doesn't look too confident in it. Oh, gets thrown around. That might have been in the Mornington club there. I'm not 100% there, but she just bounced around. It is the Mornington guys there. So didn't get that ski straight. Went a little bit sideways, and then as soon as that rudder kicked in, she just swung back around. And I think, well, we're going to have another run at this one here. Kudjin Headland gets down it. No dramas at all. Very, very comfortable. Mornington's off again. You don't get much swell on one side of the Mornington Peninsula down there, so maybe a little bit more time in the surf, but it's tough out there at Maroochydore. The water's flipping around all over the place, and that's Maroochydore out in front. They'll be very comfortable in these conditions, that is for sure. Second, third and fourth on this wave. The young lady from Mornington, hopefully she's back onto it and back to the beach, because they were having a great paddle so far. But out in front, something you'll be very happy with, Jenny Parry, your club, Maroochydore, and I've had a chat with a few of the girls so far today. They seem happy. They're loving the fact that the Aussies is on their home stretch of sand. And they understand these conditions because they see it every single day.
There is definitely a home beach advantage here as they do a nice clean touch and the girls come through. But again, that doesn't mean that the surf is nice to you. That does not mean that the break knows who you are and where you're from. The girls are going to need to paddle and they're going to need to be smart through this final leg. But Kudjin getting it done. The girls have had an absolutely fantastic paddle. 2 out of 3 are done. You can see the drone in the air in the background, and that is how we're getting these incredible views. But now Harold down on the beach.
So Again, just on that right edge of the rip, we're now getting a backwash that's coming across from that southern end through to the north, and the girls are really, really struggling to keep the skis straight to the beach, but not too much issue at the moment for our leaders. I'll probably extended that to about 30 to 40 metres at the moment, a little bit elementary, but it's all about making the good decisions. I was talking earlier about how big the surf's been for the last 2 days. There might be a bit of false confidence for these ladies, thinking they can send it down the front of this white water that's coming through, but decisions need to be at a premium. Just take it easy, and I guess, you know, slow and steady will win the race here in the 17s.
And we do want to make sure that everyone's keeping themselves safe out there. But once we get to an Aussie final, Harold, we are taking absolutely anything. We're getting it through. And I do love that send it has been the advice that we ask when we're talking to some of the athletes. You know, what's the plan? I'm going. I'm sending it.
I've spoken to a lot of coaches as one or two of the girls get to wave on a way home. There's not much more you can say to the guys and girls. Like, you can offer them advice of which way to go, what to do, but if you're in line for a medal, it's either send it and potentially win gold, or don't and don't. So that's all you can do. Coogin Headland, they're off, and they're going to have to do a little bit of work to get back on before that wave comes through. Great job there. Noosa as well working into it. So both the Coogin Headland clubs, that's the white cap with the blue star on the top there, they start to go to work. For any of those who are wondering where Coogin is, that's the Kingscliff stretch of sand just south of the border. Mornington back into it, up and over as well, so they're working their way in. Let's take a look at the replay of those sets coming through in the last couple of minutes, because like Harold said, over from the Mornington girl there, she did it very tough, and that's what I was talking about. The rudder ducks in, it swings it around, and if you're not ready for it, it can buck you clean off. And the young lady from Mornington there paddled so well the entire way round. And then when that happens, I think the stress starts to go up. It starts to get a little bit more dramatic for you there. You've got to get on, you've got to get in, and that probably makes it harder to get that ski up and going again. And somebody who looks very relaxed out in front is the young lady from Maroochydore.
Yeah, the girls really doing a great job at the moment. And just think about watching the replay there. It was great to see Mornington. She didn't lose her cool. She got back on immediately. She got back on really quickly. You can tell the teams that have been practicing those extra techniques as well. It's not just about getting the good waves, racing to glory. It's also, if something goes wrong, how do I recover? We've all done board sets on the river where it's basically 10 strokes and off, then back on, 10 strokes and then back off. So we can see the field stretching out there in Maroochydore. A nice little lead. That's Jarrett as she makes her way through. Just having another little look around, and you can see the leg drive working there as well. Great technique from the girls.
Oh, we speak about famous names in the Maroochydore Club. Jarrett, there's Short, there's O'Prey, there's Robinson. There's a ton of those families in there. There's Parry as well. There's a ton of those families in there that have done it for a long time. So Jarrett's just another one of those. And you can see why. Great technique, high hands, long arms as well. So will be a good ski paddler, that is for sure. Out the back, a little run, and have a look at this. A big runner there for the girl in second place. A few little lumps on offer, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, that group there. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 maybe on the next one. So we've come all this way, and it's going to come down to possibly a sprint finish if we get a few on the next wave. Papamoa closest to us. They've done a really good job there to get themselves back into this race and absolutely flying at the moment. So the Kiwis are on fire here at Maroochydore Beach. A few already in on the sand, and this is where it gets interesting. There's Maroochydore, our leader. She drops the ski, lets go of the paddle, high fives all around, and they will be through this 17 girls ski relay final in just a few moments' time. This is the race for second place. 3 down this one. These 3 should be comfortable as long as they can keep it straight. Easier said than done. 1, 2, 1, 2, go off just like that. And Papamoa get it done. Churubro from New Zealand, and they're straight across that gutter. Out the back, these next 3 have to avoid those skis and get themselves to the beach. Maroochydore win semi-final number 2.
Yeah, Maroochydore 3, but the drama is a little bit further back. That looks like Bush from North Burleigh. She's had a fantastic carnival already as Tugan jump back on the craft, get the paddle around the right way. She's going to have to go a hard left-hand turn, get her team back through, and hopefully still within the top 8 there. But Papamoa, what a paddle they have had as well. The Kiwis booked themselves a spot in the Aussie final just behind Maroochydore, North Burleigh, Papamoa. That is what we want to see. Congratulations, girls. What a paddle.
1, 2, 3. We're chasing 5 more in the final. That's Tugan. Get back down there. Get to yourself to the sand and make sure you can have a little safe run. Maybe 1 or 2 are already on the sand here, so this might be tight. Coogin Headland is there. Janjuk is there as well. So that's your top 5 as they come across the line. 6 up and around. You can see they're absolutely flying. 7. And I don't think these girls would know where they are. So Noosa, I think they're in 6th place. Michaela Price across there. Great job from Little Pricey there. Gets it done. Coogin Headland sneaks across as well. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7. This might be 8th place, and I don't know if Tugun is going to get there. They're going to be right on the edge after being so high, so far down, back and forward. Clifton Beach in the background. They will go close, and I think they'll be the last team across the line there. What about this? The black, blue and white of Clifton Beach? No, I think they've just missed out.
And that means that Marangi Bay from New Zealand, we've got 2 Kiwi teams in the final from this semi-final alone. Wow-wee, the Kiwi girls getting it done. That is Maroochydore, North Burleigh, Papamoa, Coogin, Janjuk, Noosa, Coogin Team B, great to see a few in there, and Marangi Bay from New Zealand. Wowee, girls, fantastic racing. The second semi-final yet to come through, and then another big final this afternoon, the Open Ladies Single Ski Relay. Looking very much forward to that one in a big arena down here.
Yeah, and I think we've got the 19 girls ski relay as well. So a couple of gold medals in the space of the next 10 to 15 minutes. The ski racing's been thick and fast on Maroochydore Beach all day long. It's
Coogin, Cruz from North Cronulla, Daniel from Coogee, Jackson from Marilla, Luke from Newport, Anthony from Newport, Harry from Manly, Patrick from Coogee, Connor from Maroubra, Kynan from Marilla, Charlie from Cooks Hill, Jensen from Coffs, Leo from North Cronulla, Brent from Cronulla, Benjamin from Wanda, Jackson from Maroubra, Finn from Manly, and Jack from Terrigal. Oh, still
Another
going.
page, surf race.
Ashton from Terrigal, Nicholas from Allura, Braden from Bulli, Ty from Swansea, Liam from Freshwater, Joshua from Freshwater. Haven't seen any freshwater out today, so
They do love some swimming, though.
yes, they do.
And a beautiful beach to swim at. So the start list for the under-19 males. So ones to watch if we can go through. So straight final. They didn't even draw from there. So we've got some big names to watch out for. Charlie Walker from Cooks Hill. We've also got, who else are we picking there? Braden Woodford from Bulli. He's a big man. He's a fast swimmer. He'll be thereabouts. And the swimmers haven't had to do that much this weekend. So, yeah, so this is going to be a tough one. And this is
The Saxon Bird Memorial Race. So, yeah, pretty special race. I raced with Saxon back all those years ago. So, yeah, most of these kids probably don't know who Saxon is, but he was a really, really good swimmer and won a few Australian titles too. So, special race to win.
Yeah, most definitely, and very, very unfortunate circumstances there. So we are going to be with you here on all morning on Facebook, also on the YouTube and the KO Freebies, surf action all day, and then 4 p.m. we're going to have our surf boats package. So that's going to be exciting stuff. So stick around all day, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have the best of the best in New South Wales fighting it out in this beautiful final Sunday at Queenscliff and the North Stain.
Yep, definitely. And as we can see, the 19 boys are away in swimming or dolphin diving. There's 2 banks out here at Queenscliff, so you've got that first bank and then you go into a bit of a hole and then you've got the second bank. So they're dolphin diving across that. Those guys on the right-hand side still trying to get across there quite quickly. The guys on the left are swimming. They're all just in a bunch. There's no winner at the moment. No one's broken free, except for what we can see, the Cooks Hill Cup of Charlie Walker, I would assume.
Yeah, he's a big, strong man. And again, Newport always
Brother
seems
Alex,
to...
is that right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
I can never tell which one's which. But on that, looks like on that left-hand edge, we've just got a couple of leaders just making their way out and through.
Through some clean water. Quite easy to get under these waves. They've just got to make sure that they get under so that the whitewash doesn't hit their feet. So you want to get under early so that your feet aren't hitting.
Under
that
early,
whitewash.
out late? Under early and out late?
Under early, out late. Push off the bottom. So we can see the Cameron results. Newport A in first. Wanda was in second. Blackhead in third. Cooks Hill in fourth. Avoca in fifth. And South Maroubra round out that Cameron for the girls in sixth. And we're back to the boys race. We can see Bulli out in front. That was one that you called. Brandon from
Braden
Bulli.
Woodford.
Braden, sorry.
Is that normal Maroubra? It is to Conor McCleary from Jackson McCleary. Twins. Of course, we got twins in the final. So the 2 boys from Maroubra, not South Maroubra, normal Maroubra, getting it done at the moment. But in the lead at the moment, Braden Woodford.
Yeah, so not like your normal twins where they like to swim on top of each other. There's obviously one that's a little bit stronger in this event that he's making sure that he's going to get a name, and we'll know which one it is after this, I'm sure. But he's come up the inside of Braden. He's not letting him have it his own way.
But even from that angle, you can just see the difference in the size of the boys. So Braden Woodford, just his big, burly, thick arms, and just look how long and lean McCleary is on that outside right, looking really strong. Under 19's Jet Green, haven't said his name. I'm going to now. Jet's pushing through. We talk about finding that upper gear or something within to push as hard as you can. He's one to do it, but is there going to be a bomb from out the back?
Not quite. They've got that long loping stroke you can see in the surf swimmers to power per stroke ratio. You don't want to be too fast and burning the wheels just for the sake of moving your arms swimming. You want to be pulling that water so
efficiently.
Efficiently. It's a long race because they go around the black and white cans, unlike our nippers that only do the string. So it's a bit longer than previous races that you would have seen last week.
And just like the waves are just getting that little bit fatter at the moment, just not standing up like they were before. So, and even just looking on the screen there, just a little bit of suck back. Can the guys pick something up? Right hand edge is possibly where it's going to be. Boys are nearly up on their feet. Is this going to be some skills
like,
coming through?
One of the twins is down on this with Braden from Bulli. He's kept his head up. Could be a race into, or they've run into each other. Oh, one's
can one
fallen
hold
off.
it? Hold that breath.
The twins in front here.
So it's Connor or Jackson. Not too sure which one that's going to be. A little bit more. Still so much power
that.
in that. Pulling over the top. Wow.
Yes.
What skills to be able to pull over the top of that one, up on their feet. That's going to be a gold medal.
And there's a trough in front of him here, so he's got to keep his feet high and stay on his feet. You can see Braden coming through on the inside. In a second, he's going to work to try and counteract that angle. But no, it's the boy from Maroubra in first. We're not sure which one.
McCleary, one of the McClearys. It's the McCleary twin taking it out comfortably. Braden Woodford from Bulli is going to be in two. And then who can hold their feet the best in second is where that next medal is
Looks
going
like
to go
it's Leo
to.
from third from North Cronulla. And then, as you can see, the boys have come south off those cans so that they got onto that bank. Some are still running across the middle, and we've got a fourth place from Newport here.
So it's Leo Astridge from North Cronulla was the one that was through there. Great.
Terrigal, the boy that you spoke about.
Bit of fresh water. Ashton Walters, get in there, mate. That's a solid swim too from Terrigal. Warilla Point, Allura, Coffs Harbour. Great work from Coffs. Jensen O'Leary.
Yeah, he used to be from Sawtell, actually.
Moving further north.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah. So Sawtell, we haven't seen any Sawtell come up yet, but they're
there was a few around last
featured
week.
in the Nippers.
Yeah, most definitely they did.
But yeah, you've just, on the North Coast, you've got to work with who's left in the sport as you get older so that you can continue there. Otherwise, they have to move north or south.
Yeah, because it's tough stuff training on your own.
Totally. So
or at least with the squad as such. So I sort of alluded a little bit to it yesterday with Emily Mathers from North Cronulla.
Oh, yeah.
So I had a chat. I was like, are you actually the only chick in the squad? She's like, oh, in the opens, yeah. And there's a couple of other girls, sort of, I think maybe 14s, 15s that are coming through. She goes, but no, the boys are good to train with. They're inclusive. You know, they push me to be. But,
follow the leader.
But now that we are into, you know, it's more so 17s, probably not as predominant, but again, maturity well beyond his years there for Noah Maggs, taking another gold medal. Under 17 ladies now on the line. It's going to be fast. So the start line, we're looking at Isabella Tate from Coogee Headland, Caitlin Burns, sorry Katie, I've done it again. Caitlin Burns from Allura, Ivy Miller from Warilla Point, Xanthi Kolov from Swansea Belmont, Pippi Tapania knows how to race, loves the big stage, will be thereabouts. Olivia Edwards from Terrigal, Eliza Dalgleish from Wanda. The redhead trio next to each other again, thanks to live heats. Tully Elliott, Hannah Horn, Macy Waller, Neve Sharp from Coogee, Georgie Kiernan, South River, Maddie Jones from Bulli, Maddie O'Leary from Coffs Harbour, Olivia Clues from Newport, Zara Green rounds out our top 16. This is going to be fast. Neve Sharp dominated these races at country for the 17s and opens. So fast. Can this translate? And prone paddler, but loves the swell.
Yeah, I've seen her from when she was a lot younger. I remember how talented she was on a nipper board. Very, very good paddler. Pippi Tapani's been hit back there.
We talk about that. Tried to punch through that one, got back shot the whole way through. And it's decisions under duress and ensuring that we're making the right decisions and it doesn't affect too much. And Izzy Tate on the outside right, first one up on her knees, and she's driving long and hard. Next to her, going to be, what do we got there? Ivy Miller, Caitlin Burns is going to be thereabouts.
Looks like Olivia Clues too, potentially. No, that's Pippi Tapania out in front.
So everyone looking comfortable at the moment. So Pippi Tapania and Isabella Tate are going to lead us out in 1 and 2.
You can see their rating is quite high at the moment to try and get their own space out in front. Isabella Tate's working really hard to stay on the inside run there. And then is that Charlie Burns?
No, that's Tully Elliott.
Tully
Elliott, of course,
Wrong
she's
age
looking
group.
comfortable at the moment. So she's looking good out there at the moment. And then Olivia Edwards there from Terrigal, so she's going to feature as well. Extremely strong season. Started off a little bit slow, but coming to some really nice form through the last 5 to 6 weeks. So she'll be hoping to hold on to the back end. She's the top age 17s. But watch Tully Elliott, 1, 2, 3, 4. She's having a rest every now and then, just trying to catch her breath, because she can do that because she's just keeping attached to those front two that are doing all the work.
Yeah, they're working very hard, both Pippi and Isabella. So you think that they want to slow down a little bit just to conserve their own energy, because the girls behind are like Tully Elliott and Olivia Edwards from Terrigal.
Yeah, Eliza Dalglish is tucked in behind there for Wanda at the moment. Lurking, loitering, just thereabouts at the moment. It's all within that one wave zone at the moment. Tully Elliott down, and nippers at home watching. Look how low their chest and chins are to the board. Feet aren't touching the water, trimming nicely through long, light, fast strokes.
And Pippi's working super hard there because she wants that inside run so that she gets first of the raids. But look, Tully Elliott's just come up the inside. She's not working as hard as the other girls yet, so you can tell that she's still got something in the bank there. She's just come up the inside of Isabella Tate, and then it looks like Pippi's the next one that she's hunting down. But Pippi's not giving in. She's increased her rating, and you'll see as she turns here, she should get back up on her knees off the first runner, so that she can work her way back to the beach.
And Tully Elliott just cruising at the moment, just long and heavy, pulling that water through. She'll be up on her knees very, very shortly. 1, 2, 3, and 4 leaders all up on their knees. Dalglish on the back there trying to pick up any sort of rudder. Katie Rees, we haven't.
That's not
There's
Katie
not Katie Rees
Rees.
because she's not in it. Sorry, it's Xanthi
Xanthi
Cole.
Cole.
Great job, Xanthi. She's thereabouts as well. Wave coming from behind. But game on at the front. Elliott trying to maintain any sort of...
She's just so powerful, Elliott, isn't she? Look at her stroke rate. It's not necessarily as fast, but every stroke is just moving forward and efficient.
Yeah, and look how low Tapania's chest is.
And you can see Pippi's just had a look over her right shoulder because she can obviously hear the splash like Lizzie was talking about coming up the inside of her, and she's just putting her foot down even more.
I think Lizzie said she couldn't hear the splash because she was so far in front.
So here we go. Pippi's still in one. Tully Elliott's still just in contact, but it's Pippi on her own at the minute. She's working really hard. They're coming in a nice line, these girls. There's
nothing
a bit
on
of a
offer.
wave trying to form, but it's not quite enough, so you've got to really work that chop. As you can see, Pippi lift the rating. She's going to turn this really well done on that chop. She's going to turn it into a wave potentially. Well done, Pippi. That is skills.
That is great skill. That is just extreme pace.
She's not
and
having
power.
she's not having the swim race end like her board race.
Yeah, is there going to be something from behind? So she's still maintaining that rate through, getting the body on the back of the board, but still keeping that momentum going forward. Is she going to take home another gold medal today? Up on her knees, making her way through that whole race on.
In for
What's that, second, third, and fourth?
second, third, and fourth, but as we saw in the last race, that doubled up, so the girls have got to get up quickly to run. But it's Pippi Tapania in first, leading pretty much from start to finish. And then we've got the other three girls.
So, yeah, Edwards from Terrigal, Tate from Coogin
Looks
Heather.
like Edwards has got...
Edwards is up first. Get across the line, young lady. Tate there in third. Livia Edwards from Terrigal is going to take home the second. Izzy Tate from Coogin in 3. Tully Elliott did all the work. She was racing nicely. She was racing smart, but just couldn't pull down that wave at the start, or at the back end there with Pippi Tapania, who led us from start to finish.
Yeah, well, Pippi ended up not winning that swim race earlier, so she was not making sure that wasn't going to happen again. Get down that wave, she worked extra hard. Looked like she wasn't down it, but just shows that how powerful you can be to get over the front of that, and it gives you the win. Otherwise, she would have been on that next wave in the run up the beach, which you do not want to if you don't have to. So we've got the final result of our under-17 boys. Noah Maggs was in first, Brody Wright was in second, Jules Lomko was in...
North Kilkeel swept by Sean Stacey. So there you go.
Sean Stacey, he's got a gold medal or two. He won one a number of years ago with North Narrabeen at Kurrawa. And then he backed it up with DY a number of years ago as well at Kurrawa too. Sean Stacey seems to come and go, but always competitive when he does get here. And there is Will McDowell up the back of the Currumbin Norseman there.
Silver medalist, Queensland State. One coming. Let's see how they negotiate this one, mate. Right up on top of it. Nice work.
Yeah, Shauno in the bow there, copping one over the top, and his fiancée was in the successful Currumbin Cockatoos crew that got through on that last race.
We were just talking about Sean Stacey, North Kirkhill. Well, they're the leaders at the moment. Top three will progress. He's had a look over his left shoulder and seen he's a couple of lengths in front. Nice and controlled. You see the tides really coming in fast now. This race is getting longer by the minute.
Crew over there on your right-hand side, Coffs Harbour Swackers. I reckon they're dark horses. Commentator's curse.
Well, you never know. They owned it in the last race, and we're just sitting in our donga at the back, and you can hear the rain absolutely teeming down. The winds is, moderate at the moment, still south to southeasterly. But these open men, they'll ride straight through this regardless. And it's still North Kirkhill just in front. Currumbin coming up to them on their left, and in the shot now on the right-hand side, Coffs Harbour, who've got to do the next 2 minutes with the old commentator's curse.
Matty Collins up the back of the crew from Coffs Harbour. We're going to see these crews now start to angle into their turning cans. North Kirkhill, they are going to hit, and they're going to go around. He sweep, has leant forward, grab hold of the strokes oar. That's not a bad turn at all. Coffs Harbour driving off on an angle there. Don't know if they'd be that happy with that one. That might have given the advantage to these other three crews in the southern end. Currumbin Norsemen, Currumbin Barbarians, and North Kirkhill, Coffs Harbour, not with the greatest of turns there in Alley 4.
Don't ask me how they've done it, but the Mordialloc Mojo have qualified for the reserve female final here at the Australian Surf Life Saving Champs. Maroochydore Madams are the only crew out of those semis that are out.
Wow. You can obviously put up a good argument. The Mordialloc sweep, we called them as being out.
So 2 crews from Victoria in the reserve female final, but that's for later on. At the moment, we're focusing on quarter-final number 2, heat 2 here, and there's a wave coming, focusing on the right-hand side. North Kirkhill look like they have the best of the run, but they're all probably going to miss this one. That might be party time.
Barbarians there in Alley 2, probably winning the rowing race here at this stage. Glenn Williams urging his crew on. There's nothing there for them. And here we go. The wave's going to get everyone onto the same boat here, possibly Coffs Harbour. They're going to have to lift here on your right-hand side if they want to join these leading crews. And they are running down the front of that one. And yes, Azza, we have 4 boats on the one wave.
Yeah, we definitely do. We're going to pan over to the left when we can. There's a shot we want.
No,
One's
we
off the
don't.
back. The Norsemen, Currumbin, are going to get knocked out at this stage.
Will McDowell, that's disappointing. The wave must have just slipped underneath them because they were right up there. Glenn Williams on screen there now with the Currumbin Barbarians.
Silver medalist gone from this one. He's just had a cheeky little slew across the line now. So on screen, the Barbarians. Once again, Glenn Williams, you called it, are going to get through. Sean Stacey on screen. North Kirkhill. Gorgonites on screen at Coffs Harbour. Jesus, you gave them the rap. They're going through to live another day here in the open men.
Yeah, just snuck through then. I don't think they were convincing.
So there we go. Currumbin Norseman, silver medalist.
So the Inclusion Carnival today, it's an event that started 7 years ago up at Swansea Belmont, and it was fully supported by Surf New South Wales, which has been awesome. As you can see, the event today's got around 80 competitors from about 15 or 16 different clubs at the moment. We noted that there was a lot of our members that just didn't have an avenue to turn up. They turned up to the clubs, but there was nothing further for them. So, as I said, with the support of State, we were able to get this off the ground, and it's an event that's very, we're all very passionate about. We love it, and as you can see from the people behind you here today, it gets a lot of support. The kids probably are here more for the enjoyment. We've got a number of competitors that are fiercely competitive, but a lot of them are just here to be with their mates and have a good time.
I've been doing it for a while, and I feel like I can get out in the community that's supported around people like me.
Yeah, do a bit cement first, yeah. Then my the best, a board nest. Yeah, the best. Yeah.
I feel like that they really include people and they support you.
The first year at Swansea I think we started with about 20 competitors, and it's getting more and more traction from the clubs as kids get involved. I think the biggest thing is getting it out to the clubs. A lot of clubs still don't even know that this exists. So hopefully the kids that are here today will go back to their clubs, they'll have their medals with them, they'll talk about it, and then other kids will get involved. I think this year, the first year, it's in an event at Aussies as well, so it'll be good to see the uptake there, and then hopefully we can build on that.
That is the cap of Coogin. Sam Davies from Coogin.
Samuel
Davies.
Take us through
Sam
the rest.
Carswell from Coffs Harbour. Rice Forster from Wollongong. Luke Newick from South Maroubra. Harrison Kingsley from Shelley Beach. Sam Davies from Coogin. Ron Shepherd from Coogee. And Addison Ramirez from Cronulla.
I honestly thought you were going to roll the R then.
Ramirez.
Thank you. So good.
Should have.
Luke Newick's going to be on to watch in this one. Results up for that last heat coming up for us on screen. And that was for the females, so we're a couple of races behind. But Mila Coles, Francesca Dawson, Sophia Costello, Natalie Hay making their way through from the 17s from that final heat of the quarters for the ladies on the start line now. I'll take us through it. So we've got Sammy Carswell out nice and early. Luke Newick, he's won this event before from South Maroubra. He's strong, he's fast, he's taking that lead at the moment. Addison Ramirez on the outside right, pure sprinting action through there.
And look at the style of the lad up winning that race. That was textbook beautiful sprinting right there.
Aussie medalist, sprint and flags, he's fast.
Yeah, you'd be putting your money on that lad.
Well, after seeing what happened to Gemma Smith in the ski yesterday,
Sure.
I'm putting my money nowhere.
Less variables on the sand as there is in the ocean.
Which is why I guess pool swimmers enjoy pool swimming and sometimes they don't enjoy a surf swim.
That's
But
right.
Luke Newick there, that is unbelievably fast from the South Maroubra club.
Any nippers out there that want to be a beachy, that's the guy you want to watch because that was beautiful.
Are you naturally a good runner?
No. I look good running, but I'm not fast.
That is it. We are here all weekend with you, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of cloud cover, though, but it's quite nice. UV factor was pretty insane yesterday. It was overcast. Sun wasn't out, but I think probably 67% of the people I've seen
have a raccoon eyes.
Raccoon eyes?
Raccoon eyes. So they've been wearing the sunnies all day. Look at that beautiful style. My God, the power, the pointed toes. He's really good.
So Adi Ramirez from Cronulla had a little peek over his right shoulder just to see Luke off into the distance.
So what is that boy's name that won that race?
Luke Newick.
Luke Newick from Coogee, right?
South Maroubra.
Damn it.
I'll start calling you Dory, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep swimming.
They can do today. So three rounds and then eliminations.
Yeah, then eliminations. So it's going to be quite hot as we get to the later races today.
I love finals racing. It is something spectacular. Similar to all of the boards and the swims, you know, that intensity of come finals heats, it's just unbelievable. Love it.
Nothing beats it. Nothing beats it, honestly. And it'll be so good to see some more racing this afternoon with the Opens, and we've got the Resis going. So this will be absolutely exciting racing coming this afternoon as well.
All right, so we'll go to a little bit of a break and then we'll come back and see what's happening next.
All right, so we're here with the under-17. We're here with the under-17 Taplin race here. So we can see that the under-17 girls are really working through this whitewater here. We've got some good dolphins happening here. They've hit that sandbank. We've seen that pop up a lot today. So they're running off that sandbank, really trying to use that to the best of their advantage. You can see them, they're coming up to the break here, still being able to push off that sand, which is such an advantage in a race like this today. So the Taplin, here we go, they're all off swimming, getting under that white water. Very close pack here we've got for all of the girls here. So the conditions look quite tricky for this swim, really.
Yeah, there's some wave sizing up there, isn't there, Millsy?
Yeah, absolute waves out the back there and really choppy water in the middle. You can see them really working hard through this step here. So we've got all right, so we've got Coffs Harbour Team A, Redhead B. We've got Cooks Hill A. And we've got Warilla Barrack Point, Warilla White, Allura Team A. We've got Bulleye Gold. And we've got Redhead A. Swansea Belmont Team A. Manly Team B. Avoca Beach Team A. And that's the race for today. So you can see the girls really pushing through that water as they approach the cans.
Yeah, nice race. Under 17s female Taplin right now. So we're into the first leg, which is the swim. Talk us through, Millsy, a little bit about what's to come next.
So we're going to make our way through the swim, and you're going to see the girls here really make their way out past those cans. And then from this, so they're going to make their way in, and then they're going to transition to a board and then onto a ski. Super exciting racing here.
Now, these girls would have been training together to nail the transitions. It's going to be some excitement. You can see there, nice strokes. There's a little bit of a lead there, but not much. Still anyone's race.
Still anyone's race for sure. Can't wait to see these transitions as we go from swim to board to ski.
We are not the experts at this, though, are we, Millsy? So Harold's coming back soon. It's going to be great. We'll get him. And who else have we got coming back in? Millsy.
We've got Millsy.
All right. We'll let them take over, folks.
Perfect.
We'll stick to the surf boats.
And this is where we're going to get the best and unbiased commentary from Adam Mills and Harold Marshall. 17s, Taplin semi-final, board swim ski. Interesting thing with the tough conditions, Millsy, the ski leg. Team managers were brought in. They said, "Can you just send out your competent ones only because it's still a bit rough out there?"
Exactly right, Harold. And I think it's ski leg last at the back end of this event. So it's got to be. It's got to make a difference in terms of how the teams finish today. So hot action in the under 17 Taplin. We're looking at heat 1 in the water now.
Yeah, so Swansea Belmont out in the lead at the moment. They're a really strong team, and no surprises to see them out there at the moment. This team would just want to get through to that top 8 for that final a little bit later on today. So, you know, the team of Xanthi Kolov, Kalea Kingston and Katie Rees making their way out. So, Xanthi Kolov, strong swim at the moment there, just trying to pick up that second cat from behind. Looks like it might be Warilla Barrack Point, and I'm going to call it that because Sophie Davies looking really strong through the water in there at the moment.
And you've got Redhead Team A in this event. You expect them to start coming through, making a move as well. They've got a red-hot field. They're coming in the wave zone here now. Swansea just missing that wave, just trying to pull over the first. And I think these back markers, if there's a chance to get a wave here, there's some back. We've got 1, 2, 3 on there. They've just broken on the back of their heads. So
hard to pick these up.
It is so hard to pick them up. Even
now,
that.
Just want to talk through the conditions. You've been watching this for a little while this morning. Has there been many ways from back to start that have been able to hold those through? Caitlin Burns there from Allura taking us out. But yeah, has it been back to finish, like back to the beach?
No, I haven't seen many. I mean, even that little gutter. There's a little gutter with a sweep going from right to left that's picking them up. Suddenly they get in the gutter, and it's making it really hard work for them to get to the beach. So there's a little sandbank now that's popped up, and these girls are really got to work in their transitions now with their knees up high out of the water. So we're looking at Allura there taking the lead. Swansea's now taking the lead. I said I'll get on this wave instead of running. I'm a swimmer. So let's make the most of the waves as they're coming through. These girls need the high knee lift getting out and really heat this transition. So we've got Allura out in 1, Swansea in 2. Coming around, they're going to hand over to their board paddlers.
And team day is always the tough one. So you got to be out there giving it all for the team, for the cap. And especially in this sort of positions, you just want to be in that top 6. Hannah Stevenson from Avoca there coming around in 3rd. So top 3 coming through. Allura tagging into Tara Collier there. So that's that next board paddler through there. Swansea Belmont through Avoca.
So they're all heading north, Harold. So there's obviously using that sandbank. So that sandbank's popped up. They're using that sandbank to their advantage, and they're all heading north. As well as when you look out the back of the swell, there's a big bank breaking on the left-hand side of this area. So
Bulleye. Great swim from Maddie Jones. Elite pedigree of swimmers in that.
Fast transition as well, so she's got onto her board paddler very quickly. And now there's a big wave out the back that we can see from our commentary position here, and that's going to hold up these front markers for a little bit. It may give a chance to some of these back markers to come through.
Yeah, so Swansea Belmont outside right there. It seems like every race we've hopped in the box here. Lucy's on screen, so go Lucy.
Go Lucy, Marshall.
Made her way into the A team. Getting their way through, and this is it. You've got to have the skills, got to have that power to get through the waves here. Slight little pop right edges where it's going to be.
They're getting a little break on their left-hand side, so their girls still getting hammered by these waves, but there's a little break in the back of the Surf, I can see Harold looking out the back there. So if these girls can get out and around, gives their ski paddler every chance to stay up in the medal count.
Yeah, so they're going to get clipped by one more. That's probably adding green water. But you want to try and stay attached to the pack. Marshall there from Avoca getting clipped from behind. She's going to lose about a board length here. Hammer drop there from Bulleye. And again, you just see those tiny little efforts. So a couple of extra harder strokes to stay in touch. Now Lucy's got the work to do from Avoca as Bulleye trying to extend that lead. Beautiful clear water here. What
it is. It's magnificent. The drone footage is awesome. Now we've had the sun come out now. We had a bit of cloud cover earlier. The sun's out. Beautiful day. Spectators are building. There's a bit of a lot of public around here now watching. Great venue. I mean, Queenskiff as a venue is awesome spectators to watch. And the club here puts actually a magnificent event on as well.
One of the best amphitheatres you will find in surf sports. I love this place. I was actually born at Manly, for those of you playing at home.
Manly, yeah. Where were you born?
Yeah,
Where'd you go to school?
Oh, Central Coast. I was only here for a couple of years and then we moved north.
Okay.
So here we go, the black and white for the board. Avoca just dropping off at the moment. Redhead now making a move, but Bulleye just holding onto that lead
and we know how good Redhead is, and they're going to make a bit of a charge, I think, and then try and move up the ladder. And they've got some good, strong ski paddlers as well. I think who's their ski paddler in their team would be...
Tully Elliott will be the one on the ski for them. So, and this is the part. Just see the runners coming through there. So, Clea Kingston looking really strong there, up on her knees for Swansea Belmont. Maddie Jones there for Bulleye. And there's probably a bit of a gap now. Fifth place making their way through. This is all well and good, but these waves are going through. The girls have had a bit of issues trying to get out through those thick peaks that are coming through. And what's the next leg that we've got coming up?
Skis coming up. Anything can happen in the ski. So, yesterday we saw the... early rounds of the night. The girls, 17 girls, haven't had a chop at the ski yet, but the 19s and the open girls were getting clipped. Skis lost all the way to the beach, so upsets everywhere. So the 17s, they get their chance to have their first ski paddle today, and we'll see how they go in this big swell. And that bank out the back is really dumping, so...
And it's going to be the decisions coming in. So Tully Elliott, she's been doing a lot of open racing this summer, so a lot of open iron. So she's been racing in tough conditions on the ski. Katie Rees actually went across to the Perth for the full week of downwind racing, and she got second place overall as a 16-year-old in an under-18 event. So she's a legend. She'll be comfortable. She'll get out there nice and easy there as well. So she's got the new ski.
So Avoca and Bulleye 1 and 2.
Swansea Belmont.
Oh, Swansea Belmont.
Yeah,
sorry.
Rees, so.
Swansea Belmont. Katie Rees. Now Katie's out for redemption today. She missed out on the board final. Yesterday got knocked out by this swell, so she's out for a big day of teams events.
And one thing that I've noticed as a parent of this under 17 age group is how much fun the kids have with each other. So they enjoy competing. There's a bit of white line fever, but it's a really nice, I guess, environment for girls to be themselves, be the best they can be, and regardless of who's first, second, or third, they always really enjoy just bringing out the water with their friends. But look at this, it's great.
Katie's getting a nice run out here, so she's had a bit of negotiation these first couple of waves. If she can get over this last set, I think she's clean out.
Yeah, and the back markers are behind, so she's going to be out nice and clean, and the rest are going to be held up on that wash, but it's going to be some really tough decisions.
Swansea out clear, all the rest held up.
Yep, Cooks Hill on screen there. Manly still got some work to do. Top 6 will be the ones that we'll be taking through. And even just like these tiny decisions here, made under duress. Manly probably off a little bit early, but back to the front markers. Can the first paddler out nice and clean.
So we've only got one paddler out so far. So even these back markers we're just looking at during the transition, they can get onto the back of these couple of skis. There's a couple of girls off the ski now, so you've only got one out. 2 almost out. She may get clipped by this last wave. So the back markers potentially could get back into this race and get through to the next.
Yeah, so on screen at the moment, that's Emily Rose from Avoca. She's in the state kayaking team, really good over the long distance. So she's going to have that back end fitness.
Can paddle.
Specific K1 over the 1,000. That is her pet event. And it just we're trying to work on those surf skills to get in and out.
So if she can get some clean water, she's a good thing.
It's more so just that self-belief, just knowing that you can do it. And someone that knows that they can do it and they've done it over and over again is Katie Rees. She can shut this one down. It's going to be about her just preserving that lead and getting to shore, making good decisions.
Yeah, look, she doesn't need to do anything rash here. She can just take a nice little runner. Doesn't need to go for a big wave.
Yeah.
She can just take this all the way to the beach. Just get a nice little runner and finish the race off. The back markers now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other paddlers out. So we've got
Allura's in 2 at the moment. So Tully Elliott there in 3 from Redhead. Emily Rose from Avoca in 4, so she's thereabouts at the moment. She's trying to pick up those back lines, but you can just see the distance. They all went out pretty much at the same time. Reeves is going to pick up this runner, and again, those watching at home, look how comfortable those hands are, just in front of the eyes, rotation through the hips, relax through the shoulders, getting the breaths in, and that's exactly what you want to see from any ski paddler at any level. So great rotation through the hips, pulling that water. Allura Michaela Mead, she's getting into the wave zone now, and again, just reps on the craft. You've got to get the reps up to get that comfortability. That's the word I'm using it. But Katie Reeves just finding a nice little runner. That's exactly
a new
what
word,
you
is
want.
it? Comfortability. Is there such a thing? Oh,
I've said it,
I think
so it is.
All right, so qualifying, is it 8 through? Is there a final of 16? Is that what they're talking about? Was 10 in this heat, so potentially could be 8 teams qualify for the final, a final of 16 maybe?
That sounds about right. But it is surf life saving. I don't know what the conditions, if they're going to drop it off. Some of you say probably not though. So it's good to see a smile back on Katie's face as they're going to qualify first. And then we watch these back markers. So we said Michaela Mead coming through outside right. So Swansea Belmont on about to cross the line. Tully Elliott on that orange
So
ski.
they're through to the final. So we've got another 5 teams there. So that'll be 6 teams. So potentially there's another 2 teams out of this backpack that might still qualify.
Yeah, so the girls will be comfortable. Michaela Mead there on that blue ski out in front. Inside left on the orange tip is Tully Elliott. She's going to try and send it down this one. And then Emily Rose just taking it nice and easy. That's going to be our top 4.
The girls don't... Oh, there's a lost ski. Well, the girls, you can hold on that ski. Hang on, that's it. Hope the ski doesn't go too far away from it. She can still qualify. That's we've seen teams before that have lost their ski and just can't get in touch in time.
Body surf that one. Try and get on that one, Emily. Don't worry about your ski. Just get into shore. Top 6 is where it's going to be, but Elliott and Mead out in front for Allura and Redhead. That's your 1, 2, 3 for this semi-final. So no need to sprint through to that finish.
Comfortably through. You got Swansea Belmont. Willa Barrett Point coming through.
So lots happening. So this is just the semi-final at the moment. Semi-final number 2. We just got to wait for heat number 1 to get through. Just waiting for the finishes across the line.
So just need these back markers to come through to make up the final 8 combination. And looks like, is that Manly on a wave out the back?
Yeah, Bulleye with us there on the screen at the moment.
Oh, a girl from Manly lost her ski, but look, if she can get in shore, she'll comfortably finish and qualify. And we've got 2 girls out the back trying to go on a wave. That's Avoca coming over the line now.
Yeah, so lost ski from Emily Rose, no issues there. Through to the top 6. They'll qualify. On screen now, we look at the teams coming through.
Look at the waves out the back, Harold. These last couple of girls trying to qualify have just been smashed by a set, and they're trying to make their way through to get their team over the line and through the final.
Yeah, so the front markers had the pick of the swell. Not too much happening for them, just a couple of little runners. And then it looks like the back markers, just a couple of waves coming through.
Bit of ski carnage, which you can see skis everywhere. So they're the paddlers need to get in. They can still qualify if they can get through these last couple of waves. We're still looking for our 8 qualifiers.
We've got Alley 1, Coss Harbour, Devon Sangers, Alley 2, Wanda Whackers, Alley 3, Queenscliff, Alley 4, Palm Beach Pelicans, and Alley 5, Coogee Suns. So strong start from all of them here.
Yeah, nice. Looks like they've got a good break in the swell, so hopefully they pump it.
Great break here. And you can see we're still very evenly matched. You can see, is this Wanda here that has held here, waiting?
Okay, so maybe they've spotted something out the back, but look, the others are just going for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely going for it.
Coogie's not. We've got here
Coogee
Coffs Harbour. Coffs Harbour, absolutely powering. They're
early.
just really, they had a great run out there. Didn't hit some water. We've just seen the top of the screen. We've had Coogee and Palmy get hit by that wave and get checked. So you can see Coffs Harbour pushing still. They've made a beautiful run for that there, making their way away from the pack. We can see Coogee and Queensy and Palmy have all recovered well from that little check there.
Yeah, nice. To the top of the screen there, towards the southern end of the beach, there was actually some waves breaking, whereas down the bottom there, Coffs got out super clean. Whereas they had to pop through a couple of hairy ones, but managed to get out pretty neat. So coming through the gate cans now, you've got Coffs coming through there.
Yeah,
there
Coffs
they
really
are. There's the
working it.
fellas.
Perfect. And you can see we've got a bit of a swell building out there. They're going over a few runners. Do the bowmen have to work quite hard going over those runners?
Oh, I tell you what, when speaking as a bow person myself, you feel like you've got a cape on, you know? You get superhero mode because it's up to them to really pull over. You've got to put everything into those runners to get the nose of the boat over the wave.
Yeah, it looks like they're all working super hard. So we can see Queensy there. And then top of the screen, it looks like Coogie's maybe going to be first to turn their buoy. But straight behind them, we've got Coffs. Oh, we've got Coffs coming in first.
They're setting up nicely there. Coffs, really good turn.
Second there, we've got Coogee turning. And then we've got Queenscliff and Palmy close third there.
Oh, look at the grimacing face there. So that is so hard. The boat almost comes to a stop when you're turning those cans, and you really feel it heavy on the legs. You can see the effort from that Coffs crew. They really, really drove the legs out of that turn, and look, it's really paid off. They are absolutely taking a great lead here. But you know what? Coming into that break zone, as we've seen today, it's anyone's race.
Absolutely anyone's race, because the runners, you can pick them up anywhere, and everyone's feeling it in their legs now as we get to the gate cans. So
yep.
you can
see the red lining is hitting in. Oh, that feeling. You know, the heart rate is up now. This is where you really want to pump it. You want to be the first of that break zone so you can make the decision. The sweeps can make the decision, whether to go or just hold and wait for a cracker.
We can see the sweeps here yelling at their crews, having a look around, probably hunting to see if we can get any waves here, any help on the way in.
Yep, I think they're going there. Oh, they're waiting here. So Coffs has chosen to wait. See, they had that lead. They had the time to set up and actually make that decision to wait for a nice wave.
Firing up.
So they're all, the chances though, they're all on the same wave though now.
We've got 3 on this wave. We've got in this...
Coffs, Queensy.
And Coogee.
Oh,
all three
Hold
going
on,
for that
Queensy.
wave.
We had someone almost do a little whoopsie daisy.
Oh, fighting. We've got the
Watch your oars. You've got to watch your blades in this. This is going to be a fast finish from Coogee. They've already started rowing. All boats are going to be rowing across the line. Anyone's race, first, second, and third for that one.
What a close finish
gracious,
there.
That was unbelievable.
So we've
Great racing from the boys, and you can see out the back.
We've had some. So we've got one of the boys, Wanderer coming through now. You can see everyone on the beach.
Over there, I believe that might be. Oh, yep, that's Rude there at the back of the boat. Quite an infamous man on the northern beaches for sweeping for many years, but now they're up at Coffs Harbour. So we'll see how he goes with his boys.
Yeah, looks like they're going to be a strong crew. We can see them getting ready to go there. Everyone's looking for that starter gun, starter flag to get going.
Absolutely.
Gosh, little messy edge there for all of the crews. Really having to hang on and keep that boat in line.
I think so. Yeah, it's always, and they're all guns up. They're ready to go. Oh. And off they go. So some strong starts. I love watching these starts to get these boats off the beach and get it moving.
Yeah.
You see Port Kembla out there. You can see why, as I was saying before, they really do such a strong crew from last year and really want that, I guess, opportunity to get that gold medal again. Not to be outdone by Bateman's Bay, Palm Beach. I mean, look, they're all out there going out in a line, getting those first couple of waves hit there.
Yeah, pushing through that white water. It looks like Port Kembla and Bateman's Bay both getting hit by a wave there, but digging out really strong there, and followed by Rude from Coffs Harbour.
Yeah. Also known as Matt Collins, if anyone uses his real name. But yeah, so and then Palm Beach is there too. Look. Yeah, those first 2 crews that are out there, we've got Bateman's Bay and Port Kembla, 2 very strong crews, but not that far off Palm Beach, just behind them.
The 2 Palm Beach crews right on their tail, and then we've got Rude on screen again here. He just got checked by a wave there. We can see Palmy really digging, pushing strong.
Yep. And I guess, yeah, what they're calling them out to lift it up, but that go to that long, strong stroke as they go between the gate cans and the buoy turn. Just to keep that boat speed up, keep that edge in front. Port Kembla looking very strong out in front there. But as we said, aside from Coffs Harbour, they've got a bit checked off the start down there. Palm Beach and Bateman's Bay are still very strong contenders as we're heading towards the turning cans. So we've got this, the 20 strokes out sort of thing as you're rowing up there. Always, I mean, as a bowman, always like that little when the sweep's calling 10 to go, and I'm like, okay, we're almost there, and I can see it out of the corner of my eye. But here we go, Port Kembla going into that turn, 3 strokes round.
Followed super closely by Bateman's Bay here, and Palm Beach right on the tails, followed by that second Palmy crew.
Absolutely. So the Palm Beach Plumbers turning now, and
then we've got Coffs Harbour Swackers. Round there we go. And now we can see them carrying on there. So we've got, look at that absolutely amazing runner from Bateman's Bay.
Great run by Bateman's Bay there. Oh, it's so good getting those out of the can. And that's put them in a very good position here. They just want to keep getting those types of runs to get some waves going down.
All right, and we can see there we've still got Port Kembla and Bateman's Bay pushing through that gate can first. And then we can see on the screen now we've got Coffs Harbour really working that sit.
They are. Looking out for those runs. I mean, as we said, you never say never in surf boats because anything can happen, especially in conditions like today. There we are with Bateman's Bay out in front again.
You can see the sweep looking around, looking for that wave to get them across. And we can see Port Kembla coming across that runner.
Yep. So I think, who's going to get this one? They're both, it looks like it's a slightly,
Looks like Port Kembla's just fallen off it.
Yep.
And Bateman's not quite in the right spot there, but picking up heaps of momentum off that.
Yep.
There we go.
There we go. Sit there. That lovely call again. Port Kembla doing, there was Bateman's Bay on the screen there. That was a nice row in, lads. We've got Port Kembla still going in for second, I believe, and Palm Beach, I'm going to say the Peter Pans.
Yeah, and then on the far side, we've got the Plumbers coming in on that wave just behind them. There we go, and followed by Coffs Harbour, same wave.
Same wave, yep. Nice finish by Coffs Harbour. They've got a bit of a comeback.
Great finish. Great
finish. Look, just an update for everyone on the water areas. The officials are just changing up the area, so we will be back with the action soon, and we'll finish the day in the water with the open mixed Taplin relay. All flags finals will be recorded, and available.
Yeah, you can see them just on the line, getting ready there. You can see that bow pair really working to keep that boat facing forwards, not getting affected by that swell or that white water.
Absolutely. Check Star's got
guns
his
up.
Guns up. Guns up. Here we go. Just for the start.
And you see them getting ready.
Yeah. Pumping the legs. These long starts. And off they go. There we go. Jump in and out we go. It's quick off the beach. Looks like we're all in a bit of a line so far.
And some great clear water for that start there. No checks off the start.
No, not yet. And coming out into this next set. So see how these reserve boys challenge and go through all these waves at the start. You can see them pumping their legs, getting the action happening. Queenscliff looks like they're just in front, but of course these camera angles can be very deceiving.
So
Coleroy just checked a bit there off the start. They've got to dig deep and get going again.
Yeah,
but the
another wave
boats
heading towards them.
And the 4 boats at the top of the screen there with Kempsey Crescent Head, South Maroubra, Coffs Harbour and Queenscliff Major A's.
And we've got Coleroy just on the screen now. They did just get checked by a wave, rowing right into another wave.
Yeah.
Gosh, they're going to have a lot of power on those legs at the moment. Really, really pushing.
Yes, absolutely. And that whole thing of chase, it's always harder to chase than it is to lead, but also that good row down can get that feeling going. We're on board here with Queenscliff right now. We've got Damien Daly, I believe, at the helm, steering the guys out. And yes, at the moment it looks like we've got a race between the 4 out in front there, with Coleroy just getting the bad waves there at the start, or the bad hit a couple of times. Sometimes your luck just doesn't do that for you. So I'm going to say at this point, looks like Queenscliff's in front. They've got a nice long stroke happening there. They've got the cleaver oars. Queenscliff have been using the cleaver oars for a while now. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a bit of a, I guess a comment amongst rowers as to which are better. Rounds, squarebacks, cleavers, regular, all different. I mean, guess whatever works for you, really. And we're on board with Coffs Harbour for the turn. We're going to see who's driving out here. Those boys, we've got Queenscliff. They've turned quite nicely there as well, and now they're just going to reach to get those runs that they're hoping for as they pull out.
Yeah, it looks like they've pulled away from the pack there. So we've got Queenscliff looking like they're in front. And then on the far side, you can see South Maroubra. And right next to them, we've got Coffs and we've got Kempsey. So it's all pretty close still, just looking like we've got that pull away still from Queenscliff. So on the screen, South Maroubra is looking very strong.
They are. And I'm wondering what they're looking behind them, looking for those waves. You can see Rude looking back there. Look at that run there, Queenscliff. Nice work, boys. That just, it's music to your ears, or your limbs or whatever we talk about in the boats. Just getting that run and pulling away.
Yeah, that was an absolutely lovely runner. And you can see here we go. We've got South Maroubra getting on a runner as well.
Yep.
Looking like they're catching up to Queensy.
Yeah, but Queensy just got that other one there, and it looks like, oh, nice, that sit there. They'll get that one in, hopefully. DD will hold it, and they'll get in, and it looks like they will get first place. But South Maroubra going for a drive on that, and look at that. Nice work, boys.
Yeah, well held. Well held.
Well held.
And we've got Queensy. They're rowing again, wanting to make sure they cross that line in front.
Absolutely, absolutely. Staying in front of the wave and making sure that you're in front of the rest of the crews as they cross that finish line. Nice row there by Queensy, followed by South Maroubra. Silver Bullets. And you can see, look, well deserved.
There we go. The boys have taken a load off. They've crossed the line, and we've got Coffs Harbour, and we've got is that South?
Kempsey Crescent Head.
Kempsey Crescent Head. There we
in
go.
third place. Coffs Harbour in fourth.
Absolutely swarmed
Yeah,
on
we
the inside.
we probably won't have that on the highlights reel.
We may.
That dismount.
Matty O'Leary, jam those heels into the bottom and keep.
Yeah, pressure on the ski. You're
That's
right there,
it.
Harold.
That's what
That is